have this toilet that I installed the other day, and it's not completely flush with the floor. I have a little bit of a gap around the outside, and it also has a little wobble to it. By using a torpedo level on the top here of the toilet bowl base. You can see the bubble is all the way to the left-hand side. That means that my right-hand side is a bit low with respect to the left-hand side. So I just take off the cap. So it has this little spacer slash tightener that I can just use to loosen a little bit, so I'll be able to shim on this side where I don't have as much gap on this right-hand side of the toilet as I do on the left-hand side. Basically, you're looking for the soft shim design that has those teeth. Because I use my bubble level, I have a little bit of a plan of attack, and I know I want my right-hand side to go up, which hopefully will level things out. And I'll put about 4 shims per side. And then we'll move on to the left-hand side, pushing them in place until you get some friction, and then you can make small adjustments, making sure everything is still secured. Sometimes when you press one side in, you might press a little bit too much, and that would loosen another one of your shims. Now I mark each of these shims with a Sharpie. I try not to mark up the toilet itself, but I just want to mark where each shim is. And instead of using a utility knife and cutting it off, which is common in shims, I just use side cutters. You'll cut each shim to length, press it up actually under, recess the shim slightly, and sometimes you need to use that excess piece of the shim to push that securely under the toilet. So go along doing one at a time because you want the toilet to stay in position where it was. Then once you're completed with that, you'll go ahead and tighten down your mounting bolts on each side. You do want to make sure the toilet is securely set. The bottom looks great. You can't even really see the shims. It is much closer to level, and most importantly, it's much more secure and the wobble is now gone. But we're not quite finished because we have that gap still along the bottom that I want to seal up. So what I'm going to use is 100% silicone, and I usually carry a clear and a white with me. In this case, I'm going to use white. So placing the silicone, I go a little light in terms of the amount of silicone or the bead that I lay down, because I'm going to come back through with my finger and actually press that up underneath the toilet itself. And then once I have that all the way around, I will go ahead and smooth that out and clean things up with my finger. So take your time and try to minimize the mess. Overall, my finished product, although not perfect, I think it looks pretty good. Now remember, I leave an opening on the back. I do not seal it all the way around. Just in case I had a leak in the future, I would rather that leak show on the bathroom floor opposed to going down through the ceiling of your first floor or your basement or whatever is underneath your bathroom.